Hi guys, Aaron, World Order here, the AWO. Bring your episode of Western Spotlight, episode 3. Yes, I did say I was going to start this at 7 p.m. Eastern, but you know what? Some things that have been changed. Actually, it has to do with tonight, but kind of does with Monday. So bear with me, guys. So I decided to start this half an hour earlier. We're going to talk about Becky Lynch this time. My first two were The Rock and Stone Cold. This time it's Becky Lynch. Sorry for not showing my face, but yeah. So Monday, I'm gonna have to cancel the Raw watch along. Things came up. I earlier today I set it up. Thumbnail looked pretty good, damn amazing to be honest with you. But I have to not I have to not I have to cancel that watch along. Tuesday's up in the air. Tuesday's up in the air. But yeah, so I'm gonna stream this. I don't know how long I'm gonna go. It's not gonna be like a watch along. Might go like I don't know, half an hour to an hour, maybe even a little more. And then I'm gonna stream. I'm gonna take a little break. Then I'm gonna stream DC Universe Online from the PS5, and then after that I'm gonna join Max's stream at 10 p.m. on Max's YouTube channel. Or Max the Mandalorian. But with that, guys, we're going to talk about big time Becks. Big time Becks. Becky Lynch. 1 point the last kicker. The man. And I will be changing the title of this to Big Time Becks. Don't worry, that'll be after. So, brief thing about Becky Lynch. She possibly became the biggest thing in WWE from the summer 2018 until mid 2020, when she had to take a hiatus from WWE for about a year and a half because, well, she got pregnant and she had to go on maternity leave, right? Of course, she can't wrestle while pregnant. So she had to go on maternity leave from May 2020 to August of 2021 when she made her return at SummerSlam to face Bianca Belair and beat Bianca Belair in a controversial fashion. Yes, controversial fashion to become SmackDown Women's Champion on her return to the WWE. So yes, we're gonna start with Becky Lynch's career. Now, Becky Lynch had an interesting beginning. She's always a fan of wrestling. Always a fan of wrestling. She's from Ireland, Dublin, Ireland, right? As you know. Such with fellow WWE superstars also from Ireland, such as Finn Balor and Sheamus, three current Irish wrestlers in the WWE. And well, Jordan Devlin, I guess too, is Irish, but he's in NXT UK. And so Becky Lynch actually got into wrestling in the mid 2000s. Actually, she joined the company. She was trained by Finn Balor, Prince Devitt. He was her teacher. And then once she was ready, she went to Shimmer Wrestling. She actually managed a very young Paige and Paige's mother. And she got to wrestling. Unfortunately, when she was wrestling, she suffered major injuries to her knees or ankles that forced her to kind of retire from wrestling, and caused her to go back home and caused her to depression. Now, she always wanted to be in some form of entertainment. She had stage acting. She did some stunt double work, right? She stunt doubled for. She did. She was on the work for. She was just some stunt double work for the show Vikings. Yeah, Vikings. And we're gonna get some pictures along the way, right, guys? But she became a flight attendant like her mother. Her mother was a flight attendant. She joined a clown college. Yeah, she did join clown college. That's true. But her passion was always wrestling. So, always wrestling. So, I think it was 2013. She had a tryout with WWE, and they signed her. I think, and they signed her. They signed Becky Lynch, and that's one of the best signings they have ever done. And I'm gonna show you what she looked like in NXT. In NXT. All right. So, yeah, this is what she looked like in NXT. Yeah, this is what she came out of NXT. Yeah, and then she was a baby face at first, and I'll be right. And she was a baby face at first, but then this is a time when Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair, and Bayley were the main focus of the NXT Women's Division, and Becky Lynch was kind of the afterthought for a bit, but she was starting to get more involved in it, and Sasha Banks convinced Becky what she needed. She needed edge, and it led to a heel turn in NXT. But the heel turn only lasted for about half a year. When she turned face again, turned baby face again, when Be- Sasha Banks betrayed her. Hey George, Becky Lynch. No, Sasha Banks betrayed her. And Sasha Banks was the champion. They had a title match at one of the NXT takeovers that were on, not on the pay per views, they were on the NXT network. Sasha Banks unfortunately retained, and then, like, and then a specific day in July, the Women's Revolution began. Let's see if I can find the picture here for you guys. Let's see if I can find it. Here we go. Here's a good picture. Found it for you guys. I'm sorry if I'm not showing my face, guys. I'm sorry. Here's a good one. So this is when the women's revolution supposedly began back in 2015. As you see here, we got Bella's team. You don't see Nikki and Brie, but this is the Bella's team with Alexa. No, I'm sorry. Alicia Fox teaming up with Bella's. And you got Team Bad here, which some people like. And George, what's up, man? Team Bad here with Sasha Banks, Naomi, and Tamina. But here is Team PCB. PCB. Paige for P, C for Charlotte, and B for Becky Lynch. Right there. Becky and Charlotte are best friends. Out of the ring, like in real life, they're best friends. Just to let you guys know. So they teamed up to have a 9-woman tag team match at SummerSlam, where PCB would win by beating Team Bad. Remember, Team Bad featured Sasha Banks, Naomi, and Tamina. And the team, I guess Nikki, I don't know what her team was. Nikki, who was a Divas champion, was Alicia Fox, Brie, and Nikki. Yeah, and so yeah. And I'd like to thank you all for liking my likes, guys. And then, so what happened was PCB won. Charlotte Flair defeated Nikki Bella at the next pay-per-view. I think it was Night of Champions or Clash of Champions. I'm sorry. And then, well, friends for a bit. Charlotte started to display some heel tactics, heel-like tactics to win, to retain, and then eventually, on one Raw, Charlotte betrayed her best friend Becky Lynch. Now, this led to a match at Royal Rumble where Becky Lynch would lose to Charlotte for the Divas Championship, and it led to the WrestleMania match between Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte Flair. Now, Charlotte Flair would retain by making Becky Lynch tapped out. Sasha Banks tried to stop the tap out, but she was held back by Ric Flair. Ric Flair was accompanying Charlotte at the time. Right? And then the draft happened. July of 2016, the draft happened, where the brand split began. Raw and SmackDown selected their superstars, and Becky Lynch was drafted to SmackDown, and fortunately, there was 2 titles at the time. After WrestleMania, the Divas title was gone. They decided to abolish it, reform the women's title. But when the draft happened, the women's title became the Raw women's title, and SmackDown needed a new title for its women's division, and that became the SmackDown women's title. Same with the Universal title and the WWE title, right? Tag team titles, whatever. You get the point. And she was drafted to here's a picture. Here's a draft picture. Drafted to SmackDown. There we go. But as I said, there's a SmackDown Women's title because the one that Charlotte Flair was a Raw Women's title champion. They need a SmackDown Women's champion. And at Backlash in September, there was a five or six women match, elimination style, and whoever won became the champion, the SmackDown Women's champion. Let me get rid of this picture for you guys. And Charlotte, Becky Lynch. Let me find it. Here we go. Here's the picture. Becky Lynch made Carmella tap. I think it was Carmella. Tap, and she became the first ever SmackDown Women's Champion. And here's a picture of her holding the title. She became the first ever. And she held the title for about 3 months. She was a champion during a time when I went to the Survivor Series pay-per-view 2016. That was in Toronto, my hometown. She was a champion then. Unfortunately, TLC of 2016, December pay-per-view, she lost the title to Alexa Bliss. And then from like 2017 and 2018, she really didn't do much. She had matches here and there. And I'm gonna matches here and there. She teamed up with Charlotte, who was drafted over to SmackDown. And yeah, she really didn't do much from 2017 to 2018 until when she won the title contenders match to face Carmella, who was the SmackDown Women's Champion at this time in 2018 at SummerSlam. And Charlotte was out for a while, but unfortunately Charlotte did come back. At SummerSlam. She did come back, and unfortunately Charlotte defeated Carmella to become the champion. And let me find this picture for you guys. And look at what she looked like in this picture. I'm going to find you this picture. Look what she inspired. Look at this picture. And I'll find another picture. And another picture for you guys. This is the turning point of her career. One of the few turning points of her career. And yeah. This, I'm going to show you. So here we go. Look what she looked like. Right here. Look like the Tharja from Vikings, right? Right. And then she lost the match. Charlotte became the champion. Charlotte weaseled her way into this match. Pissed everybody off. Pissed everybody off. And look at this. See how disappointed she was. Rightfully so. She was very disappointed. Charlotte's there with the title. And then this happened. I'll show you a picture. I know I'm getting a lot of picture for you guys. This happened. She started to attack her best friend, Charlotte Flair. Yep, that's right. This is supposed to be her heel turn. Unfortunately, the fans were cheering her because the fans were tired of Charlotte Flair. The fans were cheering for her. And see if I can show it. I'm not sure if I can show. Oh, well, it is my video. Let me go find it. It's my video. I went to a Raw. No, SmackDown. No, yeah, it was a SmackDown back in 2018. Charlotte Flair retained her title against Carmella because Carmella automatically had a rematch. Okay. And let me look for it. I'm trying to find it for you guys. It's gonna be. But it was like one of the turning points of her career. I'm trying to find the video. It's kind of old. That's why it's taking a long time. But I could find it for you guys. I'll find it for you guys. Almost there. Almost there. I think no, before this. Here we go. Let me go. Okay. You know what? I'll do it here. I found it for you guys. Don't worry. You know what? Sorry, I can't find. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I don't. All right, but you know the point. She did turn heel, but unfortunately, the fans were cheering for her. She had a match with Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship at Hell in a Cell. She won. There was a rematch at the WWE's Women's Evolution pay-per-view. Right? And then where she retained over Charlotte Flair. And then Survivor Series comes up again, 2019. No, 18. And she was supposed to have a match with Wanda Rousey. Yes, Wanda Rousey was in WWE at the time. And Survivor Series, here's Survivor Series was supposed to be Becky Lynch versus Wanda Rousey, right? Unfortunately, during a brawl between the SmackDown Women's Superstars and the Raw Women's Superstars, Nia Jax stiff punch Becky Lynch. Yeah, stiff punch Becky Lynch, causing Becky Lynch to bleed. Broken nose. With a broken nose. And this is she ran into the crowd. This is the shot everybody got. And this is the shot that really propelled her to the most, like, the next huge superstar WWE was hoping for. And this really was the shot. This is really what did it. What happened was when she left there and then went off there, apparently she had no recollection of that. She suffered a concussion. And was taken out of the Survivor Series match versus Charlotte Flair. Yes, sad. And Charlotte Flair took her place against Wanda Rousey, which ended in Charlotte Flair losing based on DQ. This kind of turned. Becky Lynch was fortunately cleared a little bit after Survivor Series. Had a TLC match with Asuka and Charlotte Flair at TLC for the SmackDown Women's title. Becky was champion. Becky lost, and Charlotte lost. They were both on the ladder. Wanda Rousey came out, pushed the ladder off, and Asuka became champion. So what happened? Becky Lynch had a rematch with Asuka at the Royal Rumble, where she lost. She lost Asuka, unfortunately. But the greatest thing happened in her career. And you guys could comment if you want, you know. I don't like. Unless you want me to. And this was what happened. Becky Lynch replaced an injured Lana in the Royal Rumble. Because of injury. And here's the picture of that, which I'm going to show you, if I can find it. Here it is. This is the Royal Rumble. And guess what? The final two was her and Charlotte Flair, and she eliminated Charlotte Flair to become the number one contender for whatever title she wants. The SmackDown Women's title, which was held by Asuka at the time, or the Raw Women's title, which is Holly Wanda Rousey. Of course, she told Wanda Rousey that she was going after that title because the match never happened as is planned for Survivor Series. So this match will take place at WrestleMania. Unfortunately, her attitude got in the way, and the 40 didn't like that. Vince McMahon stripped her of the number one contendership, giving it to Charlotte Flair instead. And she apologized to Triple H and Stephanie, but Vince McMahon had no has no sympathy, like didn't take the apology and gave to Charlotte Flair the number one contendership. Yeah, that's right. When I thank you for all the likes, Billy, I really appreciate it. I see a lot of people like Becky Lynch. I do too. At Night of Champions, no, not at Champions, Elimination Chamber Fastlane, Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair had a match where if Becky Lynch wins, she gets to be in the title WrestleMania match. Because originally it was Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey, right? After they took Becky Lynch out. But what happened was that match, if Becky Lynch faced Charlotte Flair, if Becky Lynch wins, she gets to be in that match. Unfortunately, she did win based on disqualification, based on Ronda Rousey, and it became so the match at WrestleMania became a triple threat match for a Raw Women's title at the time. Yes. Well, on an episode of SmackDown, Charlotte Flair defeated Asuka. To become SmackDown Women's Champion. And then making it that at WrestleMania, the triple threat match between Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte Flair was now for both women's titles from both brands, Raw Women's title and SmackDown Women's title. And the finish was wonky. Wanda's never been pinned, but this is the first time Wanda has lost a match. It's been pinned, and this is what. And Becky Lynch at WrestleMania, in the main event of WrestleMania, became two belts Becky. She became a SmackDown Raw Women's Champion at WrestleMania. Yep, and this is the day the man was made. The moniker of the man was made. She became the man on this WrestleMania 35 in the main event. And then she had a rematch with Charlotte Flair and new competitor Lacey Evans at the next pay-per-view. She lost to Charlotte Flair, SmackDown Women's title, but she retained against Lacey Evans. And this is probably the worst part of her career. But what happened to Charlotte Flair was Charlotte Flair won because Lacey Evans came back to interfere after losing on the same night, the pay-per-view. Bayley, that's when Bayley cashed in the Money in the Bank on Charlotte Flair to become SmackDown Women's Champion. Also, then she got involved with her husband, now husband, but at the time wasn't fiance yet, but boyfriend Seth Rollins. They got engaged a little bit later in the year of 2019. But there were an item then involving the storyline between King Corbin or Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans, one of the worst things possibly happened. And they won as an Extreme Rules pay-per-view or whatever. And then at SummerSlam, she had a match with Natalya in Toronto, where SummerSlam was held in 2019, which I was there live. I watched that match. It was such a great show to be there. Can't wait to see wrestling back in Toronto. And whether it's AEW or WWE, I just can't fucking wait for it. And then after that, a returning Sasha Banks came to WWE. A returning Sasha Banks. A new Sasha Banks. A heel Sasha Banks. A new Sasha Banks. A heel like Sasha Banks. And they feuded for some very good matches. Oh yeah. And then she went to have a Survivor Series match with Bayley, who was a SmackDown Women's Champion. And Shayna Baszler. And then when this is the time when NXT came up, Shayna Baszler won. Where's my friends group? Where's my friend? And then she had a match. TLC. Who did she fight at TLC? Oh yeah, and she got a tag team, a short one tag team with her best friend, a former rival Charlotte, who turned kind of face at the time, a little bit of face. The Kabuki Warriors of Asuka and Kairi Sane, who were heels. They were the women's tag team champions at the time. TLC, but they lost, Charlotte and Becky. And then at Royal Rumble, she challenged Asuka to the match because she was the one wrestler that she never defeated. And finally, at Royal Rumble, she did defeat Asuka to retain. And the next challenger was the recently called up Shayna Baszler. And when Baszler became on Raw to attack Becky, take a look at this. Just take a look at this. She was biting her neck like a freaking vampire. Yes, this is from Shayna Baszler actually made her actual debut on WWE TV. She bit Becky Lynch's neck, and this set up a title match at WrestleMania. Unfortunately, WrestleMania in this 2020 had to be shot at the Performance Center because of the pandemic. And that's when Becky won. She was off TV for about a week. I mean, not a week, a month. And then after Money in the Bank, when Asuka won the Money in the Bank, the next day on Raw, Becky Lynch had a major announcement. Had a major announcement. So the night, the Raw after Money in the Bank, when Asuka won, Asuka came out. Becky Lynch was on the mic, and she asked Asuka to come out. And it was revealed that Becky Lynch had relinquished the title, and in the Money in the Bank is usually a contract, but this time it was the actual Raw Women's Championship because Becky Lynch announced. There was rumors going around that there was a major announcement that Becky Lynch confirmed that she is pregnant, and this is real. She was pregnant and had to give up the title, and she'll be away from WWE at the time. And now she was engaged to Seth Rollins, they're married now, and this is a time where she stepped away from WWE, and for about a year and a half until, and which is big thing, she had her daughter, Rue, I think her name is Rue, in December of 2020. And then she came back. Then as the months passed in 2021, she started getting back into ring shape. So she was coming back. We just didn't know when. And then back in summertime 2021, remember, it was supposed to be a SmackDown Women's title match between Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks. Unfortunately, Sasha Banks wasn't cleared. And then Carmella came out, but all of a sudden, familiar music is Becky Lynch's theme music comes in, and here comes Becky Lynch. And I'm going to show you this. Where's that picture? Okay. She's back. And it's SummerSlam. She's walking to the ring. She's back. Becky Lynch is back. And she challenged Bianca Belair to a match where she won like in a minute or less. And she became SmackDown Women's Champion on the day she returned. Yeah. And she turned heel. As the weeks split up, she turned heel to challenge for Bianca Belair to help Bianca Belair get over. And here's some of the pictures that here's some of the pictures as heel Lynch. And she became known as Big Time Bex. Here's some of her pictures now. Her heel persona, what she's like. Where is it? This was from last week, not this SmackDown, but last week's SmackDown. And this is what she looked like yesterday. I'm trying to find a picture. If I could find it, come on. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Let me find the picture. And hey, Nate, how are you, man? And this is what she looked like yesterday, confronting Bianca Belair when Bianca Belair was back in her home state of Tennessee, her home city of Tennessee, Knoxville. Confronts her. She gives Bianca Belair her own variation of the rock bottom to end the show. Okay, look. This is a Becky Lynch appreciation. No Naomi appreciation. Becky Lynch only. And this is where we're up right now. Right now, this is Becky Lynch. She's back as a heel, and at Extreme Rules, she's going to be facing Bianca Belair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. She's a champion. She's a champion. And if you're new here, like and subscribe. And she'll be defending the title against Bianca Belair. And she is now married to Seth Rollins. But here's what I'm going to talk about more about Becky Lynch. Personally, she's one of the first. When I started my Twitter in 2014, my new Twitter account, she's one of the first people to like tweet. Like I I would tweet her, and she was either favorite or tweet back a little bit. Tweet back a little bit. And it's just back in 2014, 2015 when she was in NXT, and she did not have a lot of followers. More followers than a typical person, but back then not a lot of followers. And she would tweet me, tweet back at me, and she was kind of she was funny. She always had these puns. She was kind of quirky too. Her early days in NXT and on WT, she was kind of quirky. She had her quirks. I personally did not see her become this megastar. I mean, I thought she could be a star. This megastar, I mean, like, arguably the most popular superstar, both for men's and women's, in WWE from 2018 to 2020. I did not see that. I did not have seen that forethought in that. I did not see it. People thought that'd be Bayley. People thought that would probably be Bayley, or maybe Sasha Banks. And while Bayley and Sasha Banks are like, Sasha Banks is maybe up there a little bit. They're not the same star as Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch was on a different level. Her beating Ronda Rousey was on a different level. Her popularity, the way she got over, the way she would talk about in 2018, how everything wasn't going her way, how things are always going Charlotte's way, and how from those promos, she felt like it came from her, how she really feels. And thanks for another like. There's what I like about Becky Lynch. Not just that, she's also very likable. There's a lot of people in the back respect her. She cares about the people in the back, fellow superstars, wherever. People, she gives advice. People come up to her. She'll check on you. She's an all-around good person, I'll say that. I do think she'll be in some movies or TV shows. She's already been in some TV shows, but I think she'll get more roles. I know she's in one of the Marines or something like that. Who cares? Marines doesn't mean anything. She was in Billions. She's gonna get more roles. What else can I say about her? She's awesome. Her and her husband are awesome. Seth Rollins. I'm sorry, Nate, but this is a Becky Lynch appreciation stream, wherever, something like that. And now she's back, heel Becky Lynch. I know a lot of people are against that. Let's give it to see what it is. Let's see what happens. It helps. To help Bianca Belair, but you gotta appreciate Becky Lynch because she's very creative too. She's a very creative person. It's gonna be fun, guys. I mean, Becky Lynch is awesome, guys. This is a shorter stream than usual, but I know I have a lot of pictures. If I send me on, I'll be talking more about like 45 minutes going solo about one character is amazing. What else should I think of her? Oh, I really did like it when Sasha Banks and Disarmer in NXT. She's definitely one of the best. When she retires, she's a Hall of Famer, day one. Hall of Famer, obviously, WWE Hall of Famer. She has years left. She's, like I say, fucking amazing. Now, will they do her right? Will they make her? Will they do her? Because she knows she's having fun. She really does. And what can I say? What else can I say? Yeah, I know I decided to do this Saturday, guys. But you know what? Becky Lynch is one of my favorite women wrestlers. If I had the current women wrestlers, she's top 3. Okay, by 5. I mean, this is a Becky Lynch appreciation team, but my top 5 wrestler spotlight team, top 5 women wrestlers. I'm gonna go with Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley. I like Shotzi Blackheart, but she's not top 5. Shotzi Blackheart's top 10. Rhea Ripley. Sasha Banks. Charlotte Flair. I do like Charlotte Flair. Becky Lynch. He's a current. And I'll say Bailey. And no. And not Bailey, Alexa Bliss. Top 5. But Bailey and Bailey. And the other one I said will be forget who will be as top 10. Those are my top 5. Always been a fan of those. Of course, my biggest women's fan, the biggest women's superstar I'm a fan of was Trish Stratus, fellow Torontonian. But yeah. So let's wrestler spotlight. I know I set up a stream Monday. Unfortunately, I cannot do it. I cannot do Monday night. I'm gonna miss it. Earlier today, I thought I was gonna do it. I thought I was able to, but things came up, so I can't do Monday. Tuesday is 50-50. Wednesday should be a go. And SmackDown will be a go next Friday. And of course, next Sunday, the pay-per-view will be a go. So with that, this is how I feel about you guys.
Too sweet! Sweet! Too sweet! Too sweet!
That's how I feel about it. So that like, subscribe, share, or whatever. And with that, the AWO in their order, and Big Time Beck says, too sweet. AWO in order, and Big Time Beck says, AWO is out.